I just wanted to make this quick video. It has to do with anxiety and letting go. My favorite sentence, if you cannot fix it, don't worry about it. And because we currently have Hurricane Beryl headed our way, I mean, thankfully, by the time the hurricane gets here, it's going to be tail end, H1, maybe a bit of H2 when it gets here. But considering it was an H5, like, so grateful we're getting just the tail end of it. But I was thinking about this yesterday, actually, last night, where old me would have, not been sleeping since I heard about the warning. So a couple of days ago, for sure, I wouldn't have slept at night at all. I would have been lying awake, freaking out. I would have just been like either coming up with the 10,000 horrible things that could happen, lying there waiting to die, because I don't know why we do these things, but we do. And somehow these visions always become like apocalyptic, right? Or maybe actually 5% of the time actually coming up with some sort of idea. But honestly, that hamster wheel of the chaos does not allow ideas to flow. It just literally blocks it, shuts the door on it, and we just keep repeating and envisioning this crazy apocalyptic, like that movie Twister, cows coming around, trees slamming through windows. Like, I would have been losing my mind, pacing, just like freaking out. So today, the now me isn't like last night I had a great sleep. I even fell asleep early. I was trying to stay up reading 9:30. Like, it's not late at all. I'm like, it's only 9:30. You can make a couple more pages, but my eyes are like, nope. And I had a great sleep. Same thing the night before, sleeping really well, because I know I cannot control a hurricane. If it hits us, if it doesn't, I don't know. I cannot do anything about this. So it's that solving problems only, focusing just on the problems, and the rest will be what it'll be, period. And so I've done all the things that I think I know how. I'll double check with a neighbor today. They've lived here for a very, very long time. It's my first hurricane. So, but really, I think any storm, any sort of event, what do you prepare for? Possible, power outage, water, you need to hunker down, stay indoors. So I'm like, okay, extra batteries, make sure all the flashlights, all the extra lights work, lots of drinking water, stock up on the food. I got lots of food. Furry one's got lots of food. I got lots of books. I got my movies. Yeah, candles and books if the power goes out. I'm like, okay, yeah. The owner of this house is coming to board up the windows today, so check. And yeah, aside from later today, I'm gonna go out and tuck in my smaller pot of plants. Anything that's a bit smaller, I'm gonna tuck against the wall and see if I can't just kind of secure it a little bit. But other than that, I'm like, I do not believe there's anything. I believe I have solved all the problems I can solve. Right? So then what am I doing? I'm carrying on with my life. I'm, creating a little extra content because I actually do have to take my Starlink down. I Googled, and Starlink is not hurricane proof. And someone also made a very good point. Even if it could withstand the winds, if we do get, I don't even know, 150-kilometer-hour winds, it's not the wind necessarily, it might be objects flying into it. So I'm like, yeah, I want to keep my Starlink. So I'm going to have to pull that down. So create a few extra posts online, try and do what I can there, get everything ready. And yeah, other than that, I'm good. I'm just going about my business. I mowed the lawn yesterday, cleaned the house a bit, and I'm just going to carry on as I normally do. Because once I've solved all the problems, there's nothing else to do, right? And even the hurricane is supposed to hit us Friday morning at like 1 a.m. or something. So overnight. And what am I going to do Friday? Well, I'm going to stay in the house. And like I said, if the power's on, I'll put some movies on. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll bake some cookies since I have no internet. I do need to make another loaf of bread. If the power goes out, just read my books. Maybe I have a couple of adult coloring books. I love coloring. I find it very relaxing. Maybe I'll just color, read. I love reading. Honestly, I can read for hours and hours. And then they're still, snuggling with the fur babies, throwing the ball. Right? Like there's things we can putter around with, but what I'm not going to do is sit on the couch waiting for it to show up and waiting for something bad to happen. Because where does that get me? That just ruins all my muscles, and I'm going to need a massage afterwards. I'm going to have a headache, and I've literally taken away any possible enjoyment I can plausibly have. So it's like I have two choices. Well, I have a lot of choices, but I'm going to say I have two choices. Be an anxiety-ridden stress case on the couch waiting to die from my apocalyptic hurricane, which people, I'm sure in Florida, just laugh at. Like they're quite used to hurricanes, right? Or I can problem solve best I can, do everything I can think of doing, and then whatever will be, will be. So I'll just, choose to enjoy my book and choose to be happy. And maybe I'll have a couple cups of tea. I don't know. I have some freshly pressed lime juice. Maybe I'll have a margarita. No, right? Because until there's another problem to solve, there's nothing else for me to do. So I'm going to choose to enjoy my life. I'm going to choose to be as happy as I can and enjoy what I can, right? So I hope this is a good little example of, I know a lot of times I say, oh, if you can't fix it, don't worry about it. But it's always good to have those examples. It's always good to like, hey, this is a literal event, a literal situation that's happening. Here's how we handle it. Here's how I'm choosing to handle it, because everything's a choice, right? I'm going to choose to not let anxiety come into my life and not ruin my mental and my physical health in the process. And then, if a problem comes up, then I will be in a proper state of mind, a good physical ability, because I won't be all tense and freaking out, where I'll be able to handle it. I'll be able to think, and then I'll problem solve, and then I'll make a choice and decide for that. And it'll be what it'll be, right? Because if we cannot control it, there is no point in worrying about it, right? All right, I hope this helps. Yeah, I really, I'm going to say I'm not excited, but it's going to be my first hurt. And honestly, like we're getting the tip of it, like just the tail, the wispy edges of it. So I'm going to say it's going to be my first hurricane, just so I can check that box off. But yeah, I will say I am grateful, positive, and gratitude in every situation. Positive, we are on the tail end. Grateful, the owner's coming to board up the windows today. I have lots of friends in the neighborhood. I know that I'm going to be very well taken care of, so I am not concerned. And yeah, people live here every day, so if they can do it, I can do it. Yeah, guys, I hope this helps. I hope this is a good example. I hope I explained it well enough. Drop some comments, give me a thumbs up. I love interacting with everyone. So yeah, we will see you guys next time.